Hey, everybody, welcome to the Dallas Daily Show, coming at you here from the Neighborhood Loan Studio in St. Louis, Missouri. Today's episode is Get Your Back. All right, let's talk about it. Today's episode has a weird title, Get Your Back, Get Your UN Back. And we're going to explain that here in just a moment. In tomorrow's Mind Shift episode, so we do our midweek Mind Shift on Wednesdays, and in tomorrow's Mind Shift episode, we're going to be talking about this idea of how you step 3 of actualizing future you, how you vocalize it. And so I'm going to hint at that a little bit today, but tomorrow is all about developing your power script. But it's going to be slightly different than the I'm good, I'm great, everybody loves me thing that we all know from the old SNL. Oh my gosh, what was his name? Stuart Smalley, Daily Affirmations with Stuart Smalley. I didn't even have to finish that. Some of you are driving in your car right now, and I said, oh, what's his name from SNL? And you literally said out loud, it's Stuart Smalley, Dallas. You said, we're having a conversation while you're driving, I hope. 10 and 2, though. 10 and 2. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about this idea of your power script. And it's basically, it is a way that you speak to yourself. And I'm going to give you a little reveal about my power script, okay? So there's stuff I say near the end of my power script that I say every day. I have an accountability partner. Again, I'll get more detail on that tomorrow. I have an accountability partner. He and I leave each other via Marco Polo. We leave each other our videos every day of the week. 5 days a week, I should say. And in it, we deliver our power scripts to each other. And one of the things that I say is I talk about I am unstoppable. I am unshakable. I am unflappable. I am undeniable. Now let's pause on that third word, unflappable. The moment my wife heard me say that one time in the background, I heard her laugh from the other room. She started laughing, and I finished my script, and I was like, are you laughing at me? I called to the other room. I was like, hey, are you laughing at me? And she goes, yeah, who says the word unflappable? I'm like, well, I am. And she goes, what does that mean? You don't want to be flapped? And I go, hey, so yes, it's one of my words. Y'all can make fun of it. Unflappable is one of the words I say about myself. But I started thinking about you just recently. And as a listener of this show, I'm like, there is some stuff about you that's incredible. I want you to feel incredible. I want you to feel all of this stuff. I mean, we're only a week into the new year, gang. And already some stuff has probably come at you that's maybe shaken you a little bit. Or maybe what's happened is you've carried in some of the old with you, right? We don't just change overnight at the drop of the ball on December 31st. Sometimes we carry this in. But here's the way I used to feel. My coach asked me a few weeks ago, the reason why undeniable and unshakable, unflappable, and unstoppable became part of my script is because my own mindset coach, she was talking with me not long ago, and she said, Dallas, you used to, right? Here's the phrase. You used to feel a certain way about yourself before shifts happened, before the mental health struggles happened, before the depression and the anxiety had set in years ago. Before all of that, she's like, how did you feel about yourself early on when you first got into your industry and you got out of college and, the choice to go after my wife, Meg, what was all that? And I was like, and in those days, I felt unstoppable. I felt undeniable when it came to, I could name the thing I wanted, the part I wanted in the show, or I could name the profession I wanted to go into. There was stuff I could do back in the day, and I felt, man, I'm unstoppable and I am undeniable. And she goes, when did you lose that? Had to think about it, right? Had to absolutely go, gosh, when did that start happening? Because then it was man, all of a sudden, when I described to people the deep, dark pit, the DDP that I was in for a while, what I would say is what led to the depression, what led to the low end of that cycle was instead it was detours, it was delays in my life, it was denials. I started claiming that stuff over myself. But I'm experiencing a lot of delays in what I'm pursuing. I'm experiencing a lot of denials in what I'm going after. All of the detours, the delays, the denials led to the depression. And in my own life, I started going, oh yeah, that's not good. I got to get and I said this to my coach. I said, I got to get my back. And she started laughing and she goes, that's amazing. Yes, you need to get your back. So I popped back in. I used to be undeniable. And then in my depression, I started saying, boy, there's been a lot of denials. I used to be unflappable, right? I used to be unstoppable. And then there were detours. And then there were delays. And so maybe in your own life, my friend, maybe you're sitting here listening to this and there's something in you that you're like, man, I used to feel blank. Maybe you were used to be like unwavering, right? Maybe you used to be unstoppable. Maybe you used to be unbreakable. Maybe you used to be undamaged. Hello, can I get an amen from somebody there? Maybe you were like, man, I used to be untouchable. But then life started working you over a little bit. And now maybe you've lost some of what you used to say about yourself. Maybe you've lost a little bit of the in your own life. So I want you to think about what that could look like. And I actually forgot to grab the play call card here, because I want you to actually go back in your own mind and start thinking, what was my What was my UN dash? Undeniable? Yeah. Unstoppable? Maybe. Unshakable? Yeah. Unbelievably awesome? 100%. Unwavering? Right? Undamaged? Maybe instead, like unafraid? Like think of your what used to be your and on your positive play call, which by the way, if you haven't downloaded your positive play calls, these are just great little bookmarks that you can keep. You can download them at dallasdailyshow.com. But what I'm going to have you do is on this, I'm going to have you write, I am yada, yada. You finish it out, right? I am unshakable, unflappable, unwavering, undeniable, unstoppable. Right? Unafraid. Maybe it's time for you to get unafraid. Maybe it's time for you to get unbreakable again, undamaged, right? What is your That's your positive play call today. So do that. Write that down. Start to look every time you see it. You're going to go, yeah, I'm undeniable. I'm unshakable. I am unflappable. That's you, my friend. Now go out there. Have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to dallasdailyshow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.